Hello everyone, welcome to Book Club Preview. Today we're looking at the Mark of Athena, chapter 43 and 44. Well, they're both pretty short, but especially chapter 43. So we start off here with this yucky, oily, poisonous water coming out of every, part of these um, alcoves that these nymphs were in. And it's just getting higher and higher and higher and higher. Now, for some reason, Piper remembers this story that her dad used to tell her from her great grandfather about the flood. But this isn't like Noah's flood from the Bible, it's the Cherokee story of the flood. And in the Cherokee story, there's a man and a dog. The dog says, hey, there's going to be a flood. You have to throw me in this water if you want to live and build a raft. And so the guy throws the dog in the water, which was already dead, I guess. The floods came. They went away. The guy and his family were on a raft and they survived. They heard some party sounds and they climbed over a hill. Oh, there's other people. And they were just skeletons. They're like, whoa, what was that? And that was kind of the end of the story. But Piper remembers this story for some reason while this poisonous water is coming up. And we learn in the next chapter why, which, that's the end of of chapter 43. So 44, Piper, Jason, and Percy are starting to panic. Okay, what are we going to do? Jason says, I can try to blast the ceiling off with some lightning. That doesn't sound like a good idea. They could all get electrocuted. Percy says, I'm going to swim down and look for a way out. He tries to swim down, but he can't breathe in that water. Oh, it's not fresh water. It's so poisonous he can't breathe or control it. And Piper thinks she has an idea, but something. And this whole time, they can feel their energy slowly slipping away. Jason's power, Percy's power, Piper's beauty and charm and youth, all of it just going away. And then Piper starts to think, what did, was it Akelios, the river god? What was he saying? He mentioned that story. Why did he mention that? And she's kind of thinking and trying to understand. And why do I keep thinking about this story? And then she realized that the only way to defeat these nymphs is to sacrifice themselves. They're already dead. They're gonna die at least. So they might as well just give everything they have freely to the nymphs. And so Percy and Piper hold the conch, and Piper says, okay, think of the ocean, think of rainy clouds. And they try to power the conch to shoot forth fresh water. Nothing works. Okay, that didn't work. Should we give up? No, let's try it one more time. But this time, Piper tells them, offer it, give it to them, do it sincerely. Okay, and then they just try to give everything they were. And Piper even, she pushed everything, all her love into it. And she's like, Jason, I love you. And fresh water comes out, and it actually goes all the way to the ceiling, and it almost drowns him. Piper goes under, and she kicks. Oh, she gets some fresh air. Oh, Percy and Jason are still down there. She swims down, grabs them, pulls them up. Percy's okay. Jason, however, is not okay. And Piper's slapping him, trying to shake him awake. They get down to the bottom. Percy's like, oh, I can help him out. Percy uses his power to pull the water out. And when he does, there's this boom. And Piper and Percy flew back. And Jason's like, oh, man, I'm so sorry. Piper runs over and hugs him. The nymphs have been cleansed. They're now young and beautiful and nice or kind, whatever. And they disappear and they run off to somewhere else. Hagno, however, stays. And she thanks Piper so much. She's like, oh, I didn't think there was that selfless kind of people anymore in the world. But you gave us so much. You reminded us of the fresh rains and the fresh ocean. And Piper, you reminded us of something more important than both, which we guess is love. And she's like, Hagno says, you can either go out the way you came, or you can go down towards the giants. And of course, the heroes say, all right, let's go towards the giants. Hagno goes away. Oh, there is a small kind of Easter egg, I guess, or reference maybe to the original series. She says, "Oh, I'm gonna go find a wonderful spring. It's gonna be great." And Percy's like, things have changed over the last, 2,000 years or 1,000 years." And she's like, "No, I'm so excited." Pan wouldn't let things get too bad for nature. Now, in the old series, or the original series, Pan was a god of nature, and all of the satyrs were hunting around trying to find Pan, but no one could find him for hundreds of years. But, man, do you guys mind the spoiler? Oof, I really hate to say it. Okay, but it happens, that Pan kind of dies, or he lets himself die. I'm not going to give any story on like how that happens or anything. So Percy's like, Pan's dead, and nature's not like what it used to be. That's what he's thinking inside, but he doesn't really say anything. But there's that little feeling in there as Hagno starts to leave. Percy's like, good luck, things have changed. And that was the end of the chapter. Okay, vocabulary. Recliner. Recliner is just a chair that you can sit back and the chair bends back with you, and maybe even the foot part comes up, and Piper would sit in her dad's lap in a recliner. Subsided means to get less and less and less. We use that for like rain. The rain subsided. It slowly started to get less and less or turn sunny. A niche or niche, this is like a small kind of a crack in like a wall or mountain or something. It's a little bit like an alcove, but an alcove maybe is man-made and bigger. A niche is much tighter and I guess be unnatural or natural. And so yeah, they're trying to climb into those little areas. Hoisted is like pulled up, like we think of it maybe in construction, like heavy lifting, and certainly on ships a lot. Hoisted up, kind of pulling something up. And last but not least, here our discussion question. When you were young, or maybe even still today, did you like to hear a story over and over again, even though you didn't understand it? Kind of like Piper, she really liked to hear this flood story, but she keeps interrupting. Oh, that's gross. What? That doesn't make sense. Hey, you have to change it this way. I don't know. Was there any story like that that you just really enjoyed? Maybe even today, but even when you were younger. Yes or no? And if yes, we want to hear that story, okay? And of course, please make your own discussion question. That is all the time that we have for today, but thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Book Club Preview. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.